In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation, a supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? It looks like we're going to have a sunny day outside, so I am doing pretty well. I got my plants outside, and they're doing well. The rainwater done touched on it and kissed it, and now the sunshine is going to come out, and it's going to give it a little extra, right? So yesterday we were on live, and at some point my power went out, and so speaking of power, then the light just went out. Somehow the power went out, the internet went out, but the power flickered, and it took a long time for the internet to come back. So we didn't get to touch on everything, and I didn't really get to close out the show. So today we are going to be talking about the Drake versus Kendrick beef and what I've learned as an entrepreneur. Now, I have my notes on several different sheets of paper because I kept thinking of other things when, about the battle. So this was my initial piece of paper, right? This is my initial notes, right? So I have my 4 points on there. But then I thought of something else, and I started going crazy with that. Then, while I was sitting right here, I thought of something else. So here it goes right here. So I'll be looking at all 3 pages. But yes, this Kendrick and Drake beef got everybody by a chokehold. Yes, of course, it may be distracting us from something bigger. You know what I'm saying? Taking us away from somebody who's doing something worse or something that is being passed. You know, me and my conspiracy theory mind, sometimes I'm thinking like that. Well, anyway, everybody, welcome to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie. This is your daily cup of information and inspiration. And today, like I said, we're going to get into this Drake beef. Also, I want to tell you tomorrow, make sure that you set your clocks for 7 p.m. We are starting back our Live in a Session series. And so, our Live in a Session studio series. And tomorrow we're going to kick it off with Miss Angela Brock. And we are going to be talking about budgeting for your business. And we had a whole conversation yesterday. And so we are going to be introducing a package. This is going to go with the membership and the new honor society and everything. This is going to be something that, like I said, I feel like now is coming together. I spoke with Angela yesterday, and I feel that we are in alignment. She is creating a package for financial, to be financially fit. And so she's creating a special package for all you guys that are part of the BBU tribe. Yes, it's going to cost, but it's going to cost a fraction of what she charges. And so she gave us a deep cut in the discounts and also the services that she is going to provide for you guys. So I'm excited about this thing. I said that I'm going to feature one thing at a time. So we're going to start with the financial freedom, and then we're going to keep going into other things because I don't want to try to pile everything up on your plate and then you can't really focus. So we're going to focus on one thing. So the first thing is going to be financial freedom, being financially fit. And so we are going to do that. So she's going to talk more about it tomorrow. So, and I am also going to be giving you a secret sneak peek of our membership. So our after hours. So everybody is going to be able to be part of the after hours. It is not going to be a public thing. It is going to be a separate stream. And so you will have the other link so that you can get into the live stream where she's going to do group coaching and you're going to get some deeper information than the public information that she's going to give. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek, and I also will be introducing the membership for the after show. So I'm excited about that. So let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building. Y'all know who we got first. We got first of all, I call her cousin, but you guys know her as the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on earth is in the building. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda said, good morning, family. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Chantel's in the building. Good morning, Miss Melody. She said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose. Betty Rose said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, LaRasha. LaRasha said, good morning, everyone. I got to meet LaRasha this past weekend. So she's amazing. I absolutely love her. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Miss Zotra. Zotra's in the building. Listen, this is better than Chris versus what is his name? Quavius? I would say Quintavious. That's what in my head, that's what I was calling him. Quavius. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all were cutting up in Philly. Show was. Yes, this is definitely different. I'm not going to say better. I'm going to say different. It's different from Chris Brown and Quavo's because they just did a one and done kind of thing. I mean, this is a revisited beef, but it was a one and done type of thing. He didn't keep on coming out, right? But Quavo did get bodied by a singing ninja. All right. All right. I can't wait till Ohio. I know, right? This is gonna be so exciting. Jasmine, hey Jasmine. Jasmine's in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it was finally great to meet you all. Yes, it was great to finally meet you all finally. Did I say that? Yeah. I think I said finally like twice. It's Quavo, but that's what they call it. All right. So I have my 4 points and a bonus. My 4 points and a bonus. I figured out how I can incorporate my love for gossip and conspiracy into my lessons for being an entrepreneur. So what I want to do is before I go into that, I want to give you guys the link to let me see if I could do this real fast. I want to give you the link to our series that we're going to be doing to interview entrepreneurs. And it is an intake form. And in order for you to be on with us live, you must fill out the application. So let me know if it's clickable. It's in the chat right now. Let me know if it's clickable. And make sure that y'all hit the like, please, and thank you. Hit the like, please, and thank you. Hit the like, please, and thank you. Share the video out, please, and thank you. Come on, come on, come on. I'm at 24K. I need to get there a little bit faster because I gotta triple this thing. I gotta triple it, 25. Yeah, because 75 more. And then I'll be at my 100. Well, I need 25, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. I'm at 24, so I need to get to 100K. So come on, share it. Let me see. Can y'all click the link in the chat? Can you click the link in the chat? It is hot. It is hot in here, which means it is hot outside. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That was you, Trees. Well, got you on the phone. I'm here. Can y'all click that link? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Can you click the link? Let me know in the chat. Can you click the link? Can you click it? Let me know if it works. That is the application. Well, it's not really application, just the intake form, so we can see exactly where you are in your business, what challenges you have, and where can we help you so that I could have a corresponding guest on so that you can get, the help that you need or some strategies, something like that. It's not going to be a session. You're going to be telling us about your business and talking about, your successes and your challenges and where you see your business going. And also, what do you need help with? And so we are going to have that whole conversation. And then if you need feedback from the audience or our viewers or our listeners, if you need feedback from them, you are more than welcome to share your website. You are more than welcome to share your social media feed. You're more than welcome to ask people, what do they think? What is the energy that they're getting from it, to see if you are on point and, for your messaging and your branding. So definitely think it's going to be something that is useful for our community. So let me see. It's clickable. Okay. All right. So you guys, if y'all ready for this, this morning show. Put some ones in the chat. Now, if you don't know there's a beef going on, maybe you're just now hearing it here. I doubt it. But there is a beef going on. Well, if you don't listen to rap music, you probably didn't hear about it. But there's a beef going on in the industry. And this beef is between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Now, I chose my team. And I chose my team not even based on popularity, based on who I thought was the dopest. And that's who I based my vote on, right? But I want to know what you guys are thinking. Who do you think is winning this rap battle? Now, yes, this is beef. Yes, this can get dangerous. We've seen that with Biggie and Tupac, and we've seen it with other celebrities, right? But it's very entertaining. I think it brought music back. I think it brought those dumbed down high lyrics. I think it brought it back to being intellectual, back to being talented. I think that's where it brought music back to, because music was getting into a very dark place and I really didn't like it. I didn't like that every artist needed to be high all the time. I didn't like the fact that they talking about this pill, that pill. Oh, I'm taking this, and they just want to be numb and they don't want to feel anything. They feel emo. I didn't like the direction it was going in. And our young people are listening to this and they think it's so great and they're emulating what they're seeing. And I'm like, we have everybody is depressed. Like one of my neighbors, the kids, they're depressed. What are you depressed for at 12 years old? What is there to be depressed about? If you have a normal life, and I'm not saying that, there are some traumatic things that could be going on in people's homes, right? But not this home, right? So what are you depressed about? What do you have to be depressed about at 12? And I think, they're overstimulated. They have access to all kinds of information and all kinds of dark things that they're being, that they're being accessible to. And so it's causing that whole thing. And so, yeah, I think there was an agenda, to dumb down people, but I think that this is waking up hip hop again, because it was bad for a long time. It was bad for a long time. So let me know who you have in this battle. Are you team Drake or are you team Kendrick? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. So I see Kendrick. Oh, Yazzie Face said Kendrick. I didn't hear it yet. I just know Kendrick. Okay. LaRasha said Kendrick hands down. Chantel says Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is winning 10 times over. Not the whole government, the whole. Chantel Duckworth. Hey Trina, good morning, good morning, good morning. Notifications, don't be notifying. Let me tell you, they be trying to take me down. What are they doing? Let my people get notified. Let my people know what's going on. Okay. Yolanda said Kendrick. Trina says Kendrick. Hey, Horizon Sapphire. I think it's crazy. They both need to grow up instead of going back and forth with one another. I'm not with neither. That's a great point. Team me, I have no idea what's going on. Good point. Miss Lloyd says Kendrick. Martini said Kendrick for sure. I honestly just be saying they need to fight. That's his last name. Let me tell y'all something. This is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is great stuff. Yes, it's getting dirty. Yes, they're going into each other's history. Yes, they're going into, things that are being revealed. Yes, yes, and yes. But also remember, this is the foundation of how hip hop was started. There was rap beefs all the time. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no new thing. There's been rap beefs going on. The start of hip hop. Remember, the Bronx was the Queens and the Bronx was at it all the time. We were at it all the time. All of the boroughs, we were at it all the time. Like, this is part of what the hip hop culture is all about. And yes, there are things that we can learn from this battle, right? Yeah, they could be grown, and yeah, they should, they know better and they should do better. Absolutely the truth. But this is also, again, this is helping you to do a couple of things. And so I'm going to talk about that with my 4 points and my bonus one. Right, and my bonus one. But this is where hip hop began. This is how it started. Cruz was battling Cruz. right? I don't know how old anybody is in this room, and I think everybody, well, not everybody, because I know Yazzie Faye's too young. I know that for sure. But the beginning of hip hop, it was about battling the crews, right? It was who's the freshest, who's the flyest, whose lyrics was the dopest. This is what was going on in the era. This is what's going on in this genre of music. Like it doesn't happen everywhere. It doesn't, but it does in hip hop, right? And as long as it doesn't get ugly, I think it's healthy. As long as it doesn't get ugly, I think it's healthy. Let me see. Let me see. LaRasha, after all these things that have been said, you gotta fight. I definitely need notifications. My mornings are crazy. This is what hip hop is about. I agree, Yolanda, all the time, but it didn't lead to death. Right. And that's what I'm saying, as long as it don't go that far. As long as that don't go that far. Yep, New York beef was always good when it came to music. True hip hop. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you competitive. Like you can't think you dope if you just selling. You just think you dope. You're not gonna know until somebody, try to compete with you, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta sharpen up my skills. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole thing. Um, they should wake up, hip hop. Period. Um, I'm young, but my soul is old. Come on, that sound like lyrics. Yes, but hip hop isn't good like it was back in the day, so I'm not invested like I used to be. Part of the black culture is playing the dozens, right? Talking ish, joke, and you kept it moving. We took the same thing and put it into hip hop. Yes, yes, Coach Chantel, let them like get them gloves on and get it out. True. Yes, it kept you on your toes, on top of your game. You're gonna end up like Quavius. Bars. Okay, so first thing that I said that, and we just was talking about it, is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. It seemed like to me, in my opinion, that Drake was scrambling to say something back. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the first two were pretty okay, right? The first two comebacks from Drake was pretty okay. But then it just started, he's all over the place with it, right? And I think it's because he wasn't ready. I think he got himself into something with a person. He thought he was going to probably, he just needed that one thing. Like how Yaz was saying, Chris Brown and Quavo, they just had that one and done. And I think it was two, right? But they just had that one and done. But in between that, they had time. Drake didn't have no time. And from what I hear, Drake's not a writer. Right. So if Drake is not a writer, you need somebody, you got to have time for somebody to write this rhyme. They got to listen to what Kendrick said. They got to analyze it. Excuse me. They got to be creative. They got to put their touch on it. And then they got to give it to you so that you can memorize or perform it. Right. That's taken away from what you got to do. Right. As far as this rap battle. And you don't have time to keep coming back because you got to prepare. Right. I don't think Kendrick needs to prepare because, for what I know, Kendrick is a writer. And Eminem even said, when Kendrick first came out, he said, I needed to, he said, I put all of Kendrick's team out. All of Kendrick's team had to wait in the parking lot. And they all had to wait in the parking lot because Eminem wanted to write just with Kendrick. He wanted to have this writing set. And so the thing he was testing was to see if Kendrick, did I say Drake? Because I meant to say Kendrick. To see if Kendrick's skills was really up to par, and see if somebody in that crew was somebody that was a ghostwriter on his team. And so that's why he put everybody out, because this is the way he was testing Kendrick to see if somebody on his team was a ghostwriter or was he really writing for himself. And he was writing for himself. And so if you're not prepared to get into a battle like this, then you gotta do something. You gotta get better prepared. So you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I think that Drake should have been better prepared to go to war with Kendrick. That's what I think. Let me see. Why did I start? To stop him from all that mumble rap stuff. Kendrick's pen is different. His wordplay is insane. Absolutely. Kendrick made you think. Music, people don't want to think no more. I just want to have music. I just want to enjoy it. People don't want to think anymore. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's how society is dumbed down because people don't want to think anymore. People don't want to analyze anymore. We are in a microwave generation. People want things cooked for them quickly, served up on a platter without any of the work, right? And without any of the dissecting and doing all that other stuff. People want it quick and fast, right? And so that's what that mumble rap, what somebody was saying in the chat, the mumble rap, that cat in a hat kind of lyric style. That's what that was doing, right? It dumbed you down, and that's what you were getting. And I think they brought it back. Well, I know for sure Kendrick brought it back to the thought, being thought, thinking about what he was saying and what the impact was going to be, and making sure that whatever he said, it's gonna mean something differently, and it's gonna mean something differently, and it's like the gift that keeps on giving. And I'm here for it. I love it. I love it. No, he wasn't ready. He was not. It started from Kendrick saying, F the big three. It's just big me. Yes. Yes. Love it. Love it. But when Kendrick came out, Kendrick said he coming for everybody. He wanted the number one spot. He said it. Drake took it personal. Drake took it personal. And he was like, I think you should apologize. I think you should. If Drake, and I'm going to tell y'all one thing, Kendrick better not, I put this on my Facebook post, Kendrick better not apologize. And I don't even want Drake to apologize. I don't want neither one of them to apologize. You done said too much stuff. What are you going to apologize for? I'm sorry that it went too far. No, don't apologize. This is a healthy battle. As long as it stay on pen and paper, we good. As long as your people stay in their corners and don't take it to the streets, then we good. But it's healthy. It's healthy. It keeps you on your toes. It's provocative. It keeps the people going. He's not. Drake is not creative with the pen like Kendrick is, and that's why he was not prepared. And that's why he's not prepared. Them Degrassi days are long gone. Hey, Janae, good morning, good morning, good morning. The Kendrick Drake beef goes back a few years. It just came to a head now. But Drake has had beef with so many other people. So many other people. I prefer a lyricist, something to make you think, and telling me a stop. Wait, I prefer a lyricist, something to make you think and telling me a stop. Wait, telling me to stop. You'll fix it because I prefer a lyricist, something to make you think and telling me. Um. Oh, I don't see Kendrick apologizing. If he do, I'll be mad. Period. Period. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. She said, I haven't been able to catch you live in forever. I know you had lots going on behind the scenes, so I totally get it. Metro Boomin song BBL Drizzy got me in the chokehold. Let me tell you something. Metro Boomin, I'm gonna say he's a genius. But okay, so we're gonna come back. Right? Oh, story. Okay, thank you. I was like, stop. I'm trying to figure out what could the word be. Okay, telling me a story. Got it. Because then you picture it in your head, right? That's what I love. I love that. Okay, coach that song. All right, so he wasn't ready. So stay ready. As entrepreneurs, I feel like we need to stay ready so that we don't have to get ready, because if something happens, we have challenges all the time. Something may come in our path, things that we didn't predict to happen, something that just come out of left field. Maybe some success is going to happen. A lot of the times, if you may go viral, you're not prepared to be, to grow the business. Sometimes you don't have the systems in place in order for you to handle the new volume of customers that are volume of customers that are coming to you. You can't handle it, right? And so or you can't handle churning the orders as fast as you can, getting them to your customers, and so you may get some bad reviews. So if anything I've learned, first lesson is stay ready so that you don't have to get ready, right? You want to go viral, make sure that you're prepared. You want to make, if something goes wrong and you're not able to fund certain things, make sure you have a plan B. If sales are slow, make sure you have a plan B. What can you do to strum up sales, right? What can I do when a challenge presents itself? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Y'all with me? Y'all understand me? Y'all with me? Say y'all with me if y'all with me, if y'all feel my first point. There was a shooting at Drake's house in Toronto. I think that's propaganda. because it's crazy. And see, that'll take me into my conspiracy. So we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there, Martini, because it's gonna take me down a rabbit hole. And I'm trying to stay in our entrepreneur gossip beef lane, okay? Because people will come for you. Yep. All right. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Um, the next thing is stay in your lane. Stop looking at everybody else and trying to do what everybody else is doing. Can y'all vibe with that? Stay in your lane. Don't look at what somebody else is doing and copy exactly what they're doing, because then when you need inspiration, you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So stay in your lane. Do what you know to do. Do what you feel it is in you to do. Don't go looking at somebody else and then do it because you see that somebody is making money. There are plenty of people who start businesses that look like somebody else's businesses, or start businesses because they see that it's profitable, and then they have no passion in it. Right. And so this is why it is important for you to stay in your lane. Be where your passion is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be where your passion is, but stay true to yourself. Be authentic to yourself. Because if you're not, then when times get hard and when a challenge presents itself, and it definitely will, when times get hard, you're definitely going to have a reason why you're still doing this thing. A lot of people, when you start out as an entrepreneur, times get hard and they don't stick with being an entrepreneur. They will stop doing what they're doing and they will go get a job, go get an extra job, go do different things, go do weird things, a little strange things for change, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, because some people need to hold on to their jobs. Everybody is not equipped to be a full-time entrepreneur. And so don't mistake what I'm saying as you want to be an entrepreneur, quit your job, because I'm definitely not saying that. Keep your job, especially if you know that you are not there yet. If you know that your business cannot sustain your lifestyle yet, then you can't do that. If your business has to sustain your lifestyle times 2, and I would even go as far as saying time 3, because your business, you got your home life, you got your business, and then you got everything else, and you got to be able to maintain that. And if you can't maintain that with just your business, and especially if you're not going to be dedicated to do the work and disciplined to do the work, then you're not ready to be a full-time entrepreneur. And that is okay, right? But you got to make sure that you have some level of passion, to when times get hard, when you start to struggle, that there's a reason that brings you back to why you started in the first place. Yes, there's a reason that brings you back. There's a passion. There's something that's going to keep you going in times when you're struggling and you're questioning why you're even doing this, because you're going to question it. I've been in business for 14 years. I think I've questioned it every year. Every year. Why am I still doing this? Why am I not doing something else? Maybe I should give this thing up, right? Plenty of times you're going to have those kind of conversations with yourself. So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Let me see. But the way that I'm a Kendrick. The way that I'm a Kendrick and these creative can't do streets. They can't steal your thoughts, period. They steal your idea acting like that was their lane the whole time. Period. Period. And I'm speaking to Yas from a situation, but seriously, people steal your stuff and they act like it's theirs, right? They act like it's theirs. But stay in your own lane. Stay, because there's no competition in your lane. As long as you're doing what you do, we hear that all the time, right? There's no competition in your lane. There isn't. Only you could be you. Only you could put your sauce on it. Only you could do the things that you say that you want to do, right? I mean, people can accomplish different things, but only you gonna do it the way that you want to do it, right? You have a specific talent. You have a specific way that you want things to be done, and it may be done the way somebody else is going to do it, but it ain't you. The thing that's going to be missing is always going to be you, right? And so I could copy somebody's style and I could do exactly what they're doing, but the thing that's going to be missing is the delivery. The thing that's going to be missing is the me in it. The thing that's going to be missing is the passion in it. So don't get misled and don't, start seeing the shiny object syndrome where you're looking at somebody else's business and it looks shinier to you, that the grass looks greener over there. The grass is only greener over there is because they're watering and they're nurturing their grass. They're mowing it, they're watering it, they're doing the things that they need to do. And that's why it's looking good over there. Right? And if you do the same things to your grass is going to look just as green, if not better. Right? So stop looking at other people and stay in your lane. And I think this is where Drake messed up. Drake is trying to be something that he's not, right? In my opinion. Lil Wayne told him, do not go out there acting like you some killer, because you're not a killer. Don't go out there acting like you for the streets, because you're not for the streets. That's not where you from. He said, keep on doing he said, rap about your little TV show. And then he said, that's for sure. He said, rap about your little TV show, rap about the things you know, rap about Canada. Don't go outside your lane and act like you're somebody you're not. Because again, that's what was going on. Everybody was doing that. Everybody is an actor, right? When it comes to performing. So he said, don't go out there acting like something that you're not. Stay true to who you are. And if you stay true to who you are, you're going to be good. And if you don't, they're going to come for you. And people have been coming for him ever since. Right? People have been coming for him ever since. And I want to say this too, as part of me using AI, and people is like, you're not an artist, because I get a lot of slack on my Instagram channel about me using AI and how it's not true to be an artist and things like that. And so I wanted to make this reference using AI about this Kendrick, and not even so much about Kendrick. Well, yes, both. It's both. I use AI to create characters. Now, the prompts that I use are based on the things that I want to see. Now, according to other people, they're saying that it comes from other artists and you steal in other artists' work and da 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 da. But I feel if I am creating what I want to see and I am typing that prompt in and I get what I said that I wanted in without looking at another artist, you may have taken the nose, the eyes, the fingernails, or whatever from another artist in order to put that together. And that may be true. But and they say you're teaching AI, you're making it smarter. We're using AI all the time. Every time you sit there and put in a Google prompt, you're using AI. Every time that you use your email, you're using AI. Anytime that you're on your social media, you're using AI. So if you feel that strongly about it taking something or it's stealing something, it's doing it all the time, right? So that's just me on my soapbox. Let me get off. So I don't see myself as an artist, right? And so follow me on this one. I don't see myself as an artist. I'm not picking up the pen or the pencil like they tell me on Instagram. Pick up your pencil, pick up a pencil. So I'm not picking up a pencil, drawing out what it is, but I am typing it in and telling it what I want to see. So I don't call myself an artist, but I do call myself a creator, right? I am creating something and then I'm showcasing it, right? So this is the same way I see Kendrick and Drake, right? Drake is performing what somebody else is doing for him. He's the performer, right? He may have some ideas, he may be putting it together, but he's the performer, right? Kendrick, on the other hand, he's the artist. The artist he's writing up all of the things that he wants to say. He doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have to wait for somebody to create something for him. Now, he has to wait. He has to rely on his team to create that for him. Kendrick is his team. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, I don't know who else writes for Kendrick, but Kendrick is his team. Kendrick is writing. He is the artist, right? But you can't get confused. You can't cross into that lane unless you are trying to improve your skills. If you're not improving your skills as a writer, Drake, if you're not improving your skills as a writer, then how did you think that you could ever come after Kendrick, who is definitely going to write and give you fire every single time, right? You can't, y'all mismatched, right? You need to be gone, and you may have been equipped for a 1-round battle, You may have been equipped for that, but you weren't equipped for an ongoing battle. And Kendrick knew that. He was strategic about it. He knew that you weren't ready for that. And he kept on hitting them quick because he's going to keep on turning them out because you can't turn over those hits as fast as Kendrick can. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick can write something up, go in the studio 15 minutes later, and he ready. Drake's got to wait until his team gets together. You know what I'm saying? Or he's got to hire somebody. He's got to review some things. And so you can't get it twisted. There's a difference between the artist and there's a difference between the performer. There's a difference, right? And I'm saying as I use AI, I am not confused. I am not putting myself in the lane of being an artist. I am not putting myself in a place where I'm saying, I drew this, I made this in that manner. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as I was the creative force behind the words, you know what I'm saying, that created it, but I will never come across saying that I am the artist. And so Drake got confused, try to come across like he's the artist, but he knows that he's not. And so I wanted to definitely reference that to my AI usage because people were like, oh, you're not an artist. And I wrote down too, I would never use the AI characters and act like it's something that, you know, I drew out or something like that. It's definitely something that I know that I use a tool to help me to create. Same thing with Drake. Drake knows that he needs a tool, which is his ghostwriter, in order for him to create his music, right? And so you can't get it twisted. You can't cross into you can't, it's unless you're working on your craft, you can't bring those two together. You got to be working on it, right? Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. Put it in the chat if y'all with me. That was this page. Let me know if you're with me. Let me know. So that was my number 2. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Right? Again, you stay in your lane. Ain't no competition there. Number 3, competition can be healthy. Competition can be healthy. Competition can be healthy. It keeps you on your toes. It helps you to see blind spots. It helps you to see, well, you're not so strong here. Maybe you need to strengthen up over here. Maybe you need to make your product labels look a little better. Maybe you need your website to look a little better. Maybe you see somebody came out and they did something similar to you. Now, how can I make me better? What could I do to stand apart instead of blending in? Now it made me see, it's easy for somebody to take something. So now I got to stand up and I got to make sure that what I'm creating is unique, or what I'm creating is definitely me, right? And so competition can be healthy because it keeps you on your toes. And I think with this beef, it kept Drake on his toes to know you got to tighten up, brother. You got to tighten up. You got to tighten up. And all the things that you thought you could say and all the things that you thought you can do because you had this false sense of accomplishment, right? And representation, you got to tighten up. There's things you can't say, there's things you can't do as being part of this community. And you got to respect it. Yes, it's so, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's denying that. Okay, so this is going to take me into race, so I'm not going to go into there. Nobody is denying that you have been successful. But there are certain things even you are allowed to say and not say, right? Kendrick made him realize if you want to come battle with me, you need to get it together, right? Sharpen up. Competition can be healthy because it keeps you on your toes. It helped Kendrick to write differently. Well, I don't even think he wrote differently. I think Kendrick was Kendrick, but he was like, all right, game on. Right. And that's how we got to think as entrepreneurs, game on, because there's going to be times when people are going to challenge you. And it may be a challenge that you have in your head. They may not even know that you feel like they're challenging them. You know what I'm saying? And it may be something like that. And so you have to keep that in mind, that competition can be healthy. Competition can be healthy. Right. Melody said it makes you think outside of the box. It makes you start thinking a little differently because you need that in order for you to grow. If you stay the same all the time, then you're never growing, right? You have to switch it up, and it's okay. Competition can be healthy. Yes, it does. Sometimes it doesn't feel good, but it forces you to look at things differently and move differently, right? So definitely keeping things fresh. The last thing that I have is focus on your craft. Focus on your craft, right? Do what you do. Create the things that you create and keep on getting better every single time, right? If Drake was doing that every single time that he had an album, was learning how to become a better writer, how to become a writer, better writer. Use the people that you have around you to help you to keep on, to become a writer instead of relying on somebody else. Now, for me, focusing on your craft means that you're going to enhance, right? I'm going to take some classes. I'm going to get better. I'm going to create a product and I'm going to make it better every single time. Is that even possible? I'm going to figure it out, right? I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure that I do what I can do to the best of my ability, right? I'm going to offer quality product. I'm not going to try to copy off somebody else. What I'm going to give you, I may have 2 or 3 things, but I'm going to give you the best 2 or 3 things that I got, right? I'm not going to just throw stuff at you. I'm not going to keep on throwing stuff at you just because, right? No, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be recognized for something. I am going to be known as the expert in whatever particular lane, right? I'm going to be known there. I don't want it to be scattered and be all over the place. I'm going to focus on my craft and I'm going to make sure that I'm the best that I could be. Then when I am the best that I could be, I maybe go on to something else. But as for right now, this is the lane that I'm going to stay in. I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to make it better every single time. Right? Let me see. Right. Just because somebody else is doing it don't mean that you have to add it to your stuff. It doesn't mean that at all because honey, when y'all start getting thrown off your game, you look like you're getting thrown off your game. When you start doing things that are outside of your lane, it looks like it. Just like we see right now. We see that Drake is he's not in his lane and things are throwing him off and he looks like he's thrown off, right? He may not be thrown off. He may be unbothered. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He may be unbothered, but it looks like, it appears to us that he is thrown off. So when you start doing things and you're not focusing on your craft and you're trying to do so many other things and the quality of the product starts lacking, people will notice that difference. People will notice that about your products. So don't let um all of the hype and all of the stuff that's around you dilute what your initial purpose is. Do not let it dilute that. So if you know that your focus is body butters, don't say, oh, well, I want to do body butters, soaps, candles, this, that. And you know that you don't do all of those things amazingly. Focus on the things that you do amazing and then push that out, work that thing. And then behind the scenes, you could be working on those other things, but don't be giving out subpar products because you're trying to keep up with A, B, and C, Jane and Sally. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to keep up with them because it's going to look like it. When you start doing things that's off your game, believe me, it starts to show. It starts to show. You may think it doesn't because you may think you're doing it good. It shows. It shows. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. So we got the 4 points down, and this is my bonus. This is my bonus. So the first one was stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Number 2 is stay in your lane. Number 3, competition can be healthy. And number 4 is focus on your craft. My last point. Let me know if y'all with me so far. Let me know if y'all with me so far. But I'm with you on the chat. I'm with you in the chat. I'm with you in the chat. The last thing that I am going to talk about is trust. Trust. Trust is very important. And not just because not because of friendships or anything like that, but trust in your team is very important. Why? Because things like what's happening with Drake is coming out, right? I haven't heard anything from Kendrick's team, and maybe some things are coming out, and I don't know, if his team is leaking information the same way that they say Drake's team was leaking information. And I say leaking, I don't know if it was a planned leak or if it was, just somebody in your team that went against you or whatever. But you have to have trust in your team. You have to choose your team wisely. You have to make sure that everybody on your team is about this team. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be on my team and I need you to make sure that you have my back every single time. I need to make sure that you are going to do what I need you to do to make my team better. period. And I'm going to trust that you can do that job, and I'm not going to be disloyal to you. I'm not going to mistreat you. I'm not going to misguide you. I'm going to make sure that you feel that you are worthy. I'm going to make sure that you feel that you are valued on my team. Right? Because if I make you feel all those things, then you're going to want to work with me. You're going to want to make sure that we do the best that we can do collectively as a unit, right? If you have dissension in your team, if you have people that are unhappy on your team, you have people that are not good, not good at their job or whatever, you have all these people in your team, then that leads to holes. That leads to things falling through the cracks, right? Because now maybe the product is not going to be up to par. Maybe things are not going to work out. Maybe this person is not doing their job. Maybe you're trusting them to do something. So you got to make sure that your team is on board with you. So selecting your team is very important. A lot of entrepreneurs, they'll tell you, number one thing is to make sure you have a good team. Yes, initially you may be your team, so you got to make sure you treat you good, but you may have somebody else that you may add on to your team. And sometimes you may overlook things because somebody may have been your friend, it may be a family member, and this person is not for you, but you don't know it. You just thinking, oh, I'm looking out for my family, got my best interest at heart, and they don't, right? Because either they could be jealous, they could be, they could want what you have. Like a lot of things could happen, right? And they just may not be capable of doing the job. So a lot of things could be a problem here. So you got to make sure that when choosing your team, that you're choosing people who are going to be able to be, I don't want to say buildable, but you want to make sure that they are willing to grow with you. You got to make sure that they are 100% dedicated to what it is that they're doing. You got to encourage them. You got to empower them. You got to make sure that you're paying them well. Why? Because all somebody has to do is give a higher price, or pay a higher wage, and they'll leave you high and dry. And you don't know if they're going to take your trade secrets with them. You don't know if they're going to take your recipes, your techniques, all that stuff over there. You don't know if they're going to do that unless you sign an NDA, especially like Patricia says, right? Unless you sign an NDA, unless you protect your business, which is another thing that should be here, like protect your business. But you definitely have to make sure that you treat your team well, because if you don't treat your team well, then you may lose them. You may lose them, or they may betray you, right? I've dealt with betrayal in business plenty of times, and you may be experiencing that. We see that that's what Drake was experiencing. I don't even know how. He said that they put that information out there to see if Kendrick would take the bait. I don't know how true that is, but you want to make sure that your team is trustworthy. They're happy. They are not worthy, but they are willing to grow with you and willing to make sure that this team grows, right? This team grows. So you have a mutual respect. And if there's collaborations, that you make sure that you give the person credit. You make sure that you let them know that you're thankful and grateful for them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to do, don't make them think that they are worthless. Don't make them think, that didn't mean anything. You're bigger than the team. Nobody is bigger than the team when you're building a team. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you may be the head of the team, but nobody is bigger than the team. The goal is the same. The goal is a team goal, right? The goal is to be successful. The goal is to successfully move to one space to the next space. That's the goal, right? So nobody is bigger than the team. Everybody has the same goal. So you want to make sure that everybody knows that. The next thing I said is make sure you safeguard your sensitive information, things that that you don't want out, trade secrets, recipes, that type of thing. Make sure that you protect it. How are you going to protect it? Maybe you have to protect it legally. Maybe you don't give it to certain people. Maybe you know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you protect your information. Let me see. The last thing is to lead by example. You want to be the person that you want to hire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to show you that every single time. I'm going to show you that I'm trustworthy. I'm going to show you my work ethic. I'm going to show you how clean I work, or because I don't work clean. I work like a mess. But I'm going to show you that I'm efficient, right? And so these are the things that you want to show your team so that they can follow your example. So leading by example, from what I'm hearing in the industry, it seemed like Drake burnt a lot of bridges. He betrayed a lot of people, including Lil Wayne, including The Weeknd, including these are people who were his friends, people who he collabed with, people who he worked with. So it would be easy for them to turn on him because he didn't prove to be loyal to them. And so why would they have loyalty to you if you didn't have loyalty to them? So you want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you with your team. And I can also say that you can do everything right and there'll still be people that'll still turn their backs on you or be disloyal to you. But you gotta pay attention to those type of people, because if you see it in the beginning, you don't want to add them to your team thinking that it's going to change, right? Like DMX said, he said, trust the liar to lie, trust the thief to steal. Like, trust people to be who they are. Right? Trust them to be who you are. Don't think because you got them on your team that they're not going, they're going to change, right? Same thing with anything like that. If the cheater cheats, that's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Trust them to do what they're going to do. Not that you respect it, not that you want them to do it, but don't put them on your team thinking that they're going to be something that they're not when they've proven who they are. And you thinking because you're different and you're special that they're not going to do it to you. So you want to make sure that you're always mindful about the people that you add to your team and about their goals and what their plan is. Because if you're not sure about it, you don't want something down the line happen. It may not happen immediately. It may be something that happened years later, but you want to make sure that you are always, always, always leading by example, right? You want to always make sure that you are leading by example. Everything is strategic, yes, especially when they show you when they show you who you are. That's what Maya Angelou said, right? If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them the first time, right? Because they showed their hand to you already. So if you're proven to be disloyal, just like Drake did, it's easy for somebody to say, I'm gonna be in because now I want to hurt you even more. So they could act like they want to be a part of your team. And then when things start to hit the fan like this, you got his ghostwriter coming out saying, he didn't get paid. You got The Weeknd saying that he wrote most of the album. What is the album? I forgot. The Weeknd saying that he wrote most of the album. Everybody's coming out and saying their part about how he was disloyal to them, because now is, you know what I'm saying? The people that have been sitting in his team, now they coming off because now they was like, oh, now's the time for me to, do what I gotta do and make my move, because this is how he moved in this team. He wasn't leading by example. In this team, he was a poor example of a leader, right? And so you want to make sure that you are the best example of a leader. You want to have trust. You want to lead by example, and you want to make sure that they know that the group goal is always the same. The group goal is always the same. Nobody is bigger than the team. So those are my points that I got from the battle. And I know a lot more of my points were on the Drake side than the Kendrick side, but yeah, this is what I got from what's going on in this battle, being an entrepreneur. There were some key takeaways, right? And I also figured out I could use this for my entrepreneurship and also use it for Coffee with Nikki. But yeah, you want to make sure that you look for the things that you could take away from this. And these are the key things that I took away from it. And so I will go over it one more time. Stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. Stay in your lane. Competition can be healthy. Competition is healthy. Competition is healthy, and focus on your craft. The last thing is finding a trustworthy team. Finding a trustworthy team and leading by example. So those were my key takeaways from what's going on in the Drake versus Kendrick beef. And I will keep y'all posted on the saga as it continues to unfold. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, but again, it's healthy competition, and it brought people to their toes. It got people talking. It was provocative. Everybody's talking again. Everybody's excited about music again because music was dying down. So yeah, so with that being said, y'all, I'm wrapping it up today. No, not today. I won't be going live today. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. we will be going live with Miss Angela Brock, and we will be talking about budgeting for your business. And we have a package that we are putting together for you for financial freedom, also for funding your business. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, we had a conversation about it yesterday, and I think everybody needs to invest in themselves, especially if you're planning on taking your business to the next level. I even put up a post from Earn Your Leisure, and they said that America is rich as it's ever been, or something like that. Last year it showed that there was 22 million millionaires, I think. Is what Troy said. I think his name's Troy. Yeah, Troy said in the clip. So you can be one of those millionaires, but you got to be better with your money. You got to be better with, budgeting and stuff like that. And so Miss Angela Brock is going to be talking about that tomorrow. So make sure that you tuned in, turn on your notifications for 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, and we'll be back tomorrow morning for Coffee with Nikki. We're still going to be here for your daily cup of information and inspiration. Make sure that you turn on your notifications, and if you're not getting notified, maybe unsubscribe and then subscribe again. I hear other content creators talking about that, and maybe that's how it you'll get your notifications. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm getting hot now. Maybe a hot flash. So yes. So make sure that you turn on your notifications bell. If you got this far, make sure you please subscribe. We're on the road to 100K. Join the community. The community is Bubble Babes, BABEZ, university.com. Click community, sign you up for an account. It's absolutely free. We also have an app. All you have to do is download the Mighty Networks app and then look for Bubble Babes University, and you'll be able to get your notifications from there as well. What else do I want to say? I put in the chat, and I'll put it in the chat again, the link so that you can be interviewed as an entrepreneur. We're going to do an entrepreneur series, and I want to do entrepreneurs from the beginning stages of their business to the middle, the intermediate, and the advanced. I'm going to have people from every area of business so that you can learn to know that you are not out here by yourself. And I know I'm being an entrepreneur, sometimes it's hard, but you'll definitely listen to other people and see what what they've been through, and say, okay, you know what, I'm not alone and I got this, right? Give you some confidence about moving forward in your business. What else do I want to tell you guys? Make sure you follow me on all social media. We are Bubble Babes with a Z University everywhere. And that is it. That is all, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me this morning. I hope that you enjoyed today's show. And I will see y'all in the morning. Bye, y'all.